If not, when will it again? I burn, you turn, I learn. Why not? Why? You got to feel it tonight.
Hello and welcome to the NCC here in Manchester for Manchester versus Middlesbrough in the FA Futsal League North. This match is available to you wherever you are in the UK and across the world via Ustream desktop application or via the Ustream app via iOS and Android devices. It's great to be back. I was away for the Liverpool game, so it's great to be back here presenting Total Futsal with you watching today. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by Chris from the Manchester Futsal team, who has been a great contribution to our coverage this season. Chris, nice to have you back. Nice to see you again.
You too, Josh.
Okay, so Manchester have only got now 2 games remaining in the futsal calendar. How important is this in terms of the points that they need to get on the table to catch up with Middlesbrough, because Middlesbrough are Sheffield are 1 point in front of them. Excuse me.
It's the 2 big games coming up now. We know it is out of our hands, but we do need to win both these games just to keep the pressure on and perhaps put a bit of doubt in Sheffield's mind. But it's not going to be easy today. Middlesbrough, a very, very good young squad, and we ground out a result of their 4-4. We finished.
Absolutely, and Middlesbrough have got a lot of young players in their side, and we'll be certainly seeing them today in this showcase centrepiece match. Now, how important have Halambus and how important have your players been this season? Because certain players individually, like Halambus and your keepers, have been very crucial to you keeping clean sheets and getting goals in the back of the net and points on the table.
We're lucky we've got 2 very good goalkeepers in Marcos and Misa, 2 very, very good goalkeepers, and so that does help. We've got a team that is confident if the other team does get through. We know we're going to perhaps make a save. Obviously, Dan Haralambus has been pretty instrumental this season, as well as Stuart Cook and Ross Bond. They've both warranted England call-ups, and it shows they've got the quality.
Stuart Cook and Ross Bond especially have been a very big, important part of the team this season. How good is that for them to be called up for the England futsal squad?
Well, Stuart's been in the team for quite a few years now, so he's pretty much a fixture there. Ross got his first England call-up in the friendly against Turkey a couple of weeks ago, so that was really a really good moment for the club, and especially for Ross, who he's been poking around and trying to get in that England squad. He's been in the development squad as well, so it was a really good moment for Ross.
Okay, in relation to the rest of the league table, this is how it is looking at the moment. Apologies for the technical difficulties we are experiencing here. Okay, so this is the league table as it stands. What would you say about especially Middlesbrough's form of late, Chris, because they have been catching up with the rest of the pack?
Like I said, Middlesbrough are a very, very good side, a good young side, and they've managed to secure a place at the Super League, which was the main thing this season with the new structure of the Super League, 4 teams from each league going into the draw. So to secure that, it's big for every club.
So how does the new structure work next season? Obviously, because there are big changes coming for next year futsal. Are there more teams involved?
Now we have 4 teams from each league. The top 4, they go through into a draw. We have 4 groups of 3, and they play one another. So
it's like essentially the Premier Division of the futsal league then?
Yeah, eventually each team plays each other twice, and then it goes through to the grand finals in London. The top,
like a playoff format, yeah?
Yeah, we go through to the semi-finals, and then the final all played on the same day to be crowned champion of England.
Okay, let's look at the head-to-head, because this is quite interesting in terms of the games Manchester and Middlesbrough have both played between them up to now. Okay, so as you can see, the head-to-head, Manchester have got a lot of games that they've won against. And Chris, do you want to talk us through that, because that speaks words for Manchester, doesn't it?
Well, we've actually not won against Middlesbrough since January 2011. So
Been a lot of draws, haven't there?
over recent years, they've become a bit of a bogey team for us. Last time we came here, they won 5-0. So, and then we've drawn the last 2 games up at the Thornaby. So we're looking to end that run today.
So how important is it today to be solid at the back? Because as you said, they are capable of scoring. They've got young players in the teams. How important is it for your keepers today?
It's obviously very important. Marcos Leon, he'll stress how important it is not to concede goals. So you'll be seeing him on the sideline. If Middlesbrough do score, he won't be very happy. But equally, it is important to score goals, and we've got players capable of doing that.
Well, the interesting thing for Manchester at the moment is that Marcos, the manager, drills it into the players that there's a lot of focus on winning and concentrating on winning the games, but also maintaining a decent lead in the not in the futsal league, in the game itself. Obviously, when they conceded a goal against Hull a couple of games ago, that was very important to get back in front psychologically from a scoring point of view.
Yeah, we've had a lot of games this season we've had to come from behind. We did it last week against Sheffield with 3-0 down at half time. Perhaps didn't deserve to be 3-0 down. We were playing a better futsal, but we brought ourselves back into it and perhaps could have snatched a win, which would have put us top of the league and given us a foothold in the title race. But I think if we can get that out of our system, conceding early goals and actually starting from the beginning, then we should do all right today.
Okay. I just want to remind everybody at home, this game is actually live now as we speak, so you can tweet in #TotalFutsal throughout the game. Myself and Chris and the guys here will be looking at the tweets, so make sure to get them in to share your opinion on today's coverage and the game. Now, Chris, I just want to ask you one more thing before we let you go and do your in-game tweeting, but how important is it this season for Manchester to potentially get back in the lead, because obviously Sheffield are in front for the majority of the season, am I correct?
Yeah, Sheffield have led the way for quite a long time, but winning the league isn't the be-all and end-all. It's more about winning the actual
playoffs.
Yeah, winning the playoffs. So, but I mean, to go over to the playoffs, winning the league, it perhaps give the players a bit more confidence, having defended the title from last season.
So, I'm thinking now that Manchester, if they win this game today, obviously they've got the game next week itself. If they win that game, then surely to God that could win them the title, couldn't they? But although Sheffield have got one game in hand, so that they've always got that problem, haven't they? That Sheffield have got one more game than Manchester to play.
If we win our remaining games, Sheffield go into their final game second. So we don't know what kind of psychological effect that's going to have on them. All we know is that we've done all we can to win the title, and if Sheffield do beat Leeds on the final game of the season, then we're worthy winners of the title.
Okay. Well, just for those of you who have just joined us, you are watching Total Futsal from the Natural Cycling Centre here in Manchester. And just in case you're new to futsal, we've got the futsal rules for you coming up in a moment.
Futsal nets are very similar to the handball nets, measuring at 2 metres high and 3 metres wide, making it very difficult to score. A futsal match consists of 2 halves, which last 20 minutes of real time each half, which means that the clock is stopped when the ball goes out of play. When the ball goes out of play, the opposing team receives a kick-in instead of a traditional throw-in. This also applies when the ball goes out along the goal line, but the team not in possession are awarded with either a corner kick or a goal kick. A 4-second rule is in place for kick-ins, free kicks, goal clearances and corner kicks. The team in possession has 4 seconds to restart play, or the opposition are awarded with an indirect free kick. The goalkeeper is also not allowed to keep control of the ball for more than 4 seconds in his own half, and again an indirect free kick is awarded. Each team are allowed to give away 3 direct free kicks, and then on the 6th free kick, a direct free kick is given and the defending team are not allowed to position any players in front of the ball other than the goalkeeper. Slide tackles are not allowed in futsal but can be used on the pitch if the opponent doesn't have possession of the ball. For example, a player could slide to stop the ball going out to play. Each team can use a timeout per half. Timeouts last 60 seconds and can be used to take a quick break from the action and to discuss tactics. Now that you're fully equipped with the understanding of the futsal rules, I'll pass you back to the studio.
Okay, so I hope you've refreshed. We're going to hand over to our match commentary team. We're going to hand over to our commentators now of Cass and Braze, and joining us for the very first time today, Matthew Jump. Over to you guys.
Thanks for that, Josh. Hi, I'm Cass and Braze.
And I'm Matty Jump.
As you can see, Manchester warming up here. We've not quite been given the starting 5 for either teams, which we'll hopefully get shortly, but it's going to look like a good match.
Yeah, with both teams, obviously Manchester being second and Middlesbrough being 5th, it should be generally a good game. I mean, as they said before about both teams, with Manchester came when the Middlesbrough last came to Manchester, they beat them, which is unexpected. So hopefully they'll do it.
And as you can see, this is the Manchester squad. We've got Bino, the 2 brothers Harold and Bus, Hilditch, Richards, Navarrete, Cook, Bond, Thompson, Ovechkin, Romero, Rodriguez, Mago Hayes, and we've also got a brand new signing, which is he's called Vicente Garcia, number 14, and I think we're all quite excited to see him in action. And there's the Middlesbrough team. In net there's Cod, we've got Taylor, Jenkins, Large and McGee. And then we've also got Bulmer, Clark, Roberts, Harker and Betson, with Betson being the coach and Shaw being a manager. Middlesbrough have just gone in, sorry, not Middlesbrough. Yes. Yeah, sorry, it is Middlesbrough. We've gone into the changing rooms, maybe for a quick team talk, talking about the lineup, who's going to play where. I think their main problem will be Bond and Cook. As you heard from Josh, they've been called up for the England team, with Cook been playing for the England squad for a couple of years now. So that's obviously got to be a boost for Manchester. There's number 7, Ovechkin for Manchester. Today's captain for Manchester is Cook, number 12. And the Middlesbrough squad are now coming out. There's 14, Manchester's new player, Garcia, having a little word with the coach. As you said, Cook's going to be the captain for Manchester. There's Sam Richardson. He's been quite a key player for Manchester this season. Got him a good couple of goals. As Manchester are only 1 point behind Sheffield this season with 2 games left, it's very important for them to get as many points as they can this game.
They have a higher goal difference as well, though, which could help them even if they draw this game and Sheffield lose the next. But coming to the end of the season, it's going to be quite tough because
you can see from the league table that Manchester and Sheffield have just walked away. There's an 8-point difference between Manchester and CYDC Leeds, which is no way of them catching up. And I think we're about to kick off sometime shortly. Derby have been quite bad this season, not got any points, with a minus 81 goal difference, which is quite a lot of goals.
yeah, it's atrocious.
With them